grew up in Peru with two parents and a little sister in a whole house. And up until I was 8 years old, my dad decided he didn't want us anymore. So he left us. He left my mother, he left me, and he left my little sister when she was 6 years old. I didn't know what had happened between them. I didn't understand the why. All I knew at that point was that he didn't want us anymore. As you can imagine, it was a pretty hard, painful childhood, listening to all my friends talk about their daddies spoiling them, their daddies taking them places for birthday celebrations, and even celebrating Father's Day. It was really hard for me at school because I didn't know how to honor a man who isn't honorable. Up until when I was 16 years old, I hated him. I hated him for every tear my mom shed. I hated him for every hard circumstances that we had to deal while growing up. I blame him for all of that, and I hated him for leaving us. But God showed himself to me in a missions retreat in Peru, and I was able to forgive my dad. But it was that kind of forgiveness that says, I have forgiven you, but I want nothing to do with you. It was that kind of forgiveness that says, I will be polite when I'm around you, but there won't be a relationship between us. When I moved to the States, I was 20 years old, and it was really easy for me not to have to deal with having a relationship with him. And a little after that, my parents ended up reconciliating. But in learning about God's grace at Northlands Church and listening to Joyce Majer's testimony once, I had the very own conviction she did with her dad, who had done even worse through sexual abuse. And I felt God is speaking to me about bringing my dad, along with my mom, here to the US to spend time with me and my family. My response to that was, no, there's no way I'm gonna bring this man here and pay for his ticket to come to have a nice vacation here in the US. I'm not gonna give him the privilege to enjoy my family, my house, my life, everything I have built without him. I was in total denial. But God, our precious God, He reminded me that I have been forgiven, that I have been adopted, that I am accepted, and I am His daughter. And that He wanted me to have that total freedom of forgiveness for my dad, for my sake, not for his. So when I called my mom and my dad and I asked them if they wanted to come and spend time with me and my family here in the States, of course they said yes. And I told them that I was going to take care of everything. I was going to take care of the cost of visa interviews, the cost for plane tickets, and they were so happy. And after that, my mom called me and she said, did you know that when you hang up the phone and told us that you want us there, your dad broke down into tears. He was speechless. That he didn't know that you really wanted him there, that he felt God's love right there, and that it was a dream come true for him. So they did get their visa approved, and they have come to visit. They're here sharing life with me and my family. But I still have to struggle with and fight the enemy's lies that come as negative thoughts in my head saying, well, look, how are you having him here whenever he wasn't when you needed him the most, when you were little? Why would you even give him a space in your house or in your heart whenever he abandoned you? Why would you even provide for him here when he didn't provide for you many, many years when you were little? And the only answer I have to that is, how could I not do all those things when God has done so much more for me, when I also did not deserve? I just want to finish this testimony by saying, if you're struggling with having complete forgiveness or dealing with legitimate hesitations with someone that has hurt you, please know that you're not alone. But know that God was the first one hurt, the first one to forgive, and the first one to help us extend that same forgiveness to others. Not for the other person's sake, but for our own, because He loved us that much.